Today we're talking about how to get rid of negative energy on your set and why it's important. Hi, this is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies, produced at the time of this video 17 films. I've written 30 plus screenplays, options sold or made into movies, 25 of those screenplays, and I've starred in a bunch of movies. So I want to talk to you today about the negative energy on a film set. Again, 17 films, and at the time of this video, the video I've recorded before this was 16 films. So I'm in the midst of producing my 17th film. And one thing that I watch out for that took me years to learn is to identify who is going to be the negative energy on set. Now, you can't always know until the person gets to set. They might be the greatest person, and then suddenly, they're freaking out day 2 on set, or something like that. And the line producers and assistant directors and even producers that are watching this video might go, yep, seen it happen, where the person was like the coolest person and then suddenly they had a meltdown on set. But prior to hiring them, one thing you could do is ask around. How is Joe? Is Joe cool to work with? And trust me, when I've asked around, people are happy to tell me if they're great, but they're also happy to tell me if they're like, a nightmare. Right? So you ask around, that's one thing. But also you could tell from the negotiations, like when you're talking to them on the phone and they're going, well, if we even come close to overtime, you're paying me overtime. Like right, something like that, or just like, I need my own space on set. And I'm not talking about COVID space, it's like, and this guy's like a sound guy or something like that, and it's like, no, I want my own little side. I don't want anybody talking to me, something like that. If I ever saw any of that, it's like, you're done, we're not hiring you, because you don't want that on set. There was a video that I've always wanted to do, but I think I incorporated it into another video that when I was talking about independent film mistakes that you can make. But the mistake being to not firing the pissed off crew guy. And so what I'm getting at is in many cases, there's a pissed off crew guy. Don't know why. And, it's, and I guess that could be a crew female as well. The key is there's always one person that's like just pissed off. They either don't want to be there, they feel like they're not getting paid enough. And by the way, this has nothing to do with budget. I've seen on the smallest, tiniest sets, the crew is all happy, and on sets that were millions and millions of dollars, somehow they're pissed off at something, right? So you got to get rid of that person. You don't want that negative energy spreading, because I've seen it happen. There's, for those of you who know me, I'm an actor as well, and so there's films where I'll just get cast as an actor, right? And I've just kind of stood back and just watched things. And I remember one that I shot up in Canada where there was somebody pissed off, and every time she could bend somebody's ear, she just, oh, I can't believe this movie's doing this and that, and just trying to kind of get in everybody's head. And I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they do it. It's like, if you're pissed off, keep it to yourself. I much more respect that, or come directly to the producer and say, hey, listen, I'm pissed off because of this. You don't need to be that worm in the apple. And that's unfortunately what they usually try to be. You know what I mean? With a worm in an apple is like the one little worm destroys the entire apple just because it's a little worm in there, and you don't want that. So try to identify that. And if anybody kind of says, well, what are you getting rid of me for? It's like, I don't want that negative energy on my set. And truly you don't, because life is too short. And if somebody's pissed off and doesn't want to be there, go ahead, don't be there. You know what I mean? Like with another movie in the future, but you're never going to hire that person again. But they can work on somebody else's movie, right? So you don't want those people on set. Now, flipping it around to the crew people that could be watching this, or even actors in general, it's like, try not to be that person, right? We're not saving lives here. This is not rocket science or anything. We're making movies. This is really fun stuff. Ultimately, we're making art, and that's, though there's egos involved and all that stuff, it should be happy and it should be fun. If you want more videos and training on filmmaking, check out the link below. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.